Well, happy day after Christmas, everybody. How's everybody feeling today? If the weather is any indication, maybe this is how you're feeling. I always use the expression, feels like the day after Christmas, whenever you're kind of like blah or whatever. A lot of you may be headed back to work today or, maybe you're out returning gifts or that kind of thing. But this is kind of what we're dealing with today. We're under a first alert for rain. We got quite a bit of it, of course, yesterday. It was kind of an all-day deal. And then today, this morning, we had quite a bit. This misty stuff is going to be with us probably till a little bit later on this afternoon. Then it should clear just a little bit, just in time for much colder air to roll in. So we've got another first alert for some really, really cold weather rolling in to ring in 2024. So just be aware of that. And today, again, if you're going to be out and about, returning those gifts or maybe visiting friends or headed back to work, just take it easy out on the roads this morning. Be kind to everybody. Kind of stay in the Christmas spirit as much as you can, right? Just let it linger for a little bit longer. Some of that bad weather, good morning, by the way. I'm Gurveer Dinza. I enjoyed my time with my family yesterday. It was really nice to have a few days off. We actually ended up going to Dollywood on Saturday, so that was kind of crazy and fun. Made it back in time for New Year's Eve, of course, and then we stayed in our pajamas till late in the day yesterday. Maybe some of you did the same thing, watching some of our favorite Christmas movies. Today, some of that bad weather that we're talking about did have an impact up in Cherokee County. Let me show you what happened there. I can show you here. This is Epperson Road. It downed these trees there in Cherokee County. This is at Epperson between Avery and Henson Roads. The Cherokee County Sheriff's Office actually posted this picture to its Facebook page saying that road is closed, so you need to avoid that area. For those of you that live up that way, a lot of you use that kind of as a cut through to get over to Canton Marketplace. And that is going to be a mighty busy place today with Target and Best Buy and Dick's Sporting Goods and, Home Depot and all that up that way. So just if this is a route you take, just avoid this road if you possibly can. Okay? All right. A lot of you are going to be traveling today, maybe headed back to your destinations. Maybe you were visiting here for the holidays. Now you got to go back, or maybe you're going to be picking somebody up at the airport. AAA says nearly 200,000 Georgians are going to be flying back home after the long holiday. Bridget Spencer has been out at the airport for us throughout the morning, and she has a look at how things are flowing at the world's busiest airport.
Well, the world's busiest airport is proving to be just that. An airport spokesperson tells me the busiest time for the airport is between 5 and 10 o'clock this morning. Take a look. You can see the long line that stretches all the way from the main checkpoint entry area all the way into the atrium of the airport. Now, surprisingly, it has been a smooth travel period here at Atlanta's airport and across the country. Airlines were prepared and equipped to avoid a repeat of last year's chaos full of cancellations and delays. Now, there have been some cancellations, and those were attributed to the foggy weather in Chicago. There are also some storm threats in the plains that will impact some travel. But meanwhile, here in Atlanta, while things have been certainly busy, people have been moving. We spoke to a man who was headed to California. He was standing in the atrium line and was not expecting the long wait.
It's just a lot. I don't know what to think. I just want to go.
We're told 7.5 million people are expected to travel by air this year, so keep that in mind. Lots of people will be walking the hallways of this airport today. It is urged that you arrive between 2 to 3 hours before your plane departs. From Atlanta's airport, Bridget Spencer, Atlanta News First.
So there's a look at the airport. As you would expect, it's going to be quite busy today, so just be kind to one another. Listen, one person was not kind at all. You're not going to believe this next video that we're about to show you. Some people were literally robbed of their Christmas. We've got video that shows the moment that a person actually broke into a person's car on Christmas Eve. Take a look at this. The owners of this car, they had their dash cam video going. They say the thief broke into their car. It was over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. You can see that guy breaks out the glass. He actually climbs into the car. You're going to see it here in just a second. There he goes. breaks the window, climbs in, crawls into the back seat. He then rummages through the car. There he is, looking at items there. The car's owner tells Atlanta News First that this thief stole a gun, $2,000 in cash, and these people's identification cards. We did reach out to Atlanta police and the folks over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We haven't heard back from them yet. And this person hasn't been caught, but you can see the video quite clearly. You can see his face clearly. So if you recognize who this person is, certainly let police know. And also just another reminder, don't leave stuff like that in your car. Don't leave thousands of dollars in cash or a gun or, your ID cards. I'm not sure exactly what these people were doing that own this vehicle, but certainly this thief was able to get away with quite a bit of stuff. Again, if you recognize him, call police, okay? All right. Hopefully you had a really good Christmas and you got everything that you wanted on your list. But what if there were things that you maybe didn't want, something didn't fit right, and you have to send it back or you have to take it back? It's actually going to cost you a lot more this year. Some of these retailers are getting kind of pricey. Christiane Benavides has a look at that. Whoops, there we go. Sorry about that.
The presents have been opened, but not all of them were a hit. A survey finds 40% of consumers plan to return at least one gift this holiday season. And those returns aren't always free. A growing number of major retailers are now charging for return shipping. The logistics company Narvar says 40% of companies are adding a fee, up from 31% last year. Even Amazon is charging $1 for packages taken to UPS. Expense is the reason why. Narvar estimates a $100 item could cost a retailer $32 to get back and resell, with transportation to the warehouse being the first major expense.
When it arrives in the warehouse, it's got to be scanned and put back in and made available to sell. And there's labor involved with all of that.
You may be able to avoid a fee if you return a gift to a physical store. Amazon won't charge if the item is taken to a Whole Foods or Kohl's store.
If you are thinking about making a return, make sure that you don't open any packages, leave all tags in place. Things like that can really help expedite your return and make sure you get the full value back.
Samantha Gordon with Consumer Reports says most retailers allow returns until the end of January, but there are exceptions for electronics.
That return window might be a lot smaller. Apple, for instance, only gives you until the middle of January, and Best Buy is the same.
And of course, the most important thing is a receipt to make sure you get back the value of your gift. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Miami.
Always a good idea to hang on to that receipt. And this year, hundreds of children in Cherokee and Pickens counties actually had a chance to have gifts under the tree this year. Because for almost, going on 50 years, one man in Cherokee has really made it his mission to make that happen. And he gets a lot of help from a group that may look a little rough on the outside, but inside they have hearts of gold. Take a look.
The Atlanta News First Surprise Squad is sponsored by United Community, Beaver Toyota of Cumming, and Van Sant Law Accident Attorneys.
I started this ride back in 1980.
For 43 years, Greg Hartman, a.k.a. Santa, and his helpers on hogs have converged in this parking lot in Canton.
To me, this is my whole Christmas, is helping these children. They bring 2 presents apiece. We drop one off here in Canton, and then we go to Jasper and drop another one off in Jasper.
It started small, just Hartman and 8 of his motorcycle buddies wanting to make sure children didn't go without.
Back then, nobody did anything like that, you know. The bikers had such a terrible reputation with the community and all. We just wanted to make something better.
They did. Now, 4 decades after that first run down Highway 20, more than 1,000 motorcycles, along with a police escort, make the drop-off at the Moose Lodge in Canton and then on to Pickens County.
And we've been doing this so long, this is to kick off for Christmas right here for all the bikers. we're basically just big kids ourselves.
He looked at me and said, "This is very important." He said, "I was one of these children." And I thought, wow. So it kind of puts it in perspective, you know.
Nobody's ever thanked him in 40-something years for this.
The Atlanta News First Surprise Squad snuck into the back of Hartman's motorcycle shop in Cherokee County to change that, turning the tables to play Santa.
We're here to say thank you
Well, thank
for
y'all
your
for coming
commitment
in.
to the children of Cherokee County and Pickens County
Thank you, ma'am.
and all those kids that wouldn't have a Christmas without you. Brett?
Greg, I've got a check for you here for $1,500 on behalf of United Community Bank to the Shriners. Okay. We appreciate all that you do for the kids in the community, and
Yes, sir.
just want to support you in that.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And would you open that up? Maybe you could use this.
Okay. Wow, 500 from Harley Davidson. Thank you, ma'am.
A gift from Santa
Thank
Claus.
you.
Can you believe that?
Beaver Toyota stepped up again.
On behalf of Beaver Toyota, we're giving you a $500 check.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And we're also giving $500 for the Shriners Hospital as well.
Right.
$500 just for you. What can you do with that?
I'll help somebody.
It's for you.
Well, I don't need nothing.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do with it. There's kids up there still on the tree, and I'm going to spend some of it on them.
One of the restaurants we
One of the restaurants that we frequent still have kids on their
kids
tree.
on their tree up there, and we'll just give the money to them to help
Yeah,
the
we'll,
kids.
This is why the Atlanta News First Surprise Squad is here.
Yes, ma'am.
Because all you do is give back to everybody else.
Get back.
And he's a good one in the community.
Thank you. I appreciate everything y'all done.
For the Atlanta News First Surprise Squad,
I got to play Santa Claus today a little bit.
You sure did.
I'm Gervier Dinza. That is so much fun. It was really fun just to play Santa just a little bit because he does such good work for that community. I tell you, for years I've gone to that Kroger in Macedonia in Cherokee County, and I would see them gather, and I always thought that would make a pretty cool story. So when my friend Tim Valentine reached out and said, yeah, I can hook you up with this guy, I thought, fantastic. So we were really glad to be able to help him out in his mission. And those bikers do great work. Well, listen, I'm going to let you go. I hope you had an amazing Christmas, and I hope this week is restful for you and joyful. Enjoy the rest of your day. Remember just to watch for the rain and then prepare for the cold because it's coming. All right? Make it a good one.